Go.
Hi everyone, my name is Sayeth, this is my blog, and I'm here with the captivating Craug McLachlan and Dave Williams.
Oh, did you say captivating?
Yeah.
We love you, mate. Hey, you know what time it is, don't you?
12 o'clock.
Woohoo!
How cool is that? It's so good to be on this
Oh,
show.
isn't that cool? Listen, I've got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
When did you start doing this show? What a great idea. Fairly recently, right?
Yeah.
I love
About 6
that.
months ago, maybe.
Really?
Yep.
You have done so many things: TV, theatre, radio, music. Is our favourite?
Oh, gee, you start off with a bloody tough question, don't you, mate? Hard hitting.
Yep.
Like David Frost back in the 70s. Look, I love them all, but they are quite different. So it's very different doing something like the Black Mysteries and doing something like that day after day after day. Incredibly enjoyable and satisfying. At the other end of that sort of equation, you've got a crazy night like Sixth Street with Dave and I, which I think your mum may have seen once or twice. But it's still, you know, like it's a different thing, but the enjoyment, the satisfaction, interacting with an audience, you can't get that necessarily when you're filming something. But I've just been very lucky. And then along the way, I meet people like you. And that makes it even better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What's my favourite? Well, it has to be playing music. I mean, I do enjoy getting behind the camera.
Mm.
Looking rather good here at the moment.
You are looking
But,
wonderful.
You know me. I just love being on stage. I just love getting in front of people, and it's my happy place. That's what makes me happy.
Dave's happy place.
Just performing for Dave.
Do you feel nervous before performing? And if so, how do you manage that?
Do I what?
Do you feel nervous before performing?
He was
And
joking,
if so, how
guys.
do you manage that?
How do I what? No, I don't really get nervous. I've never really got nervous, have I, Dave? I mean, it's funny you asked that question tonight because I've had a terrible cold all week. Don't worry, I won't breathe on you. Too late to public court. So if there's any nervousness on a night like tonight, it's only because you're worrying that you can breathe to sing the songs and hit the notes that you want to hit. But I don't really get nervous. Dave and I don't get nervous really. We get excited. There's an excited sort of energy rather than, we both know musicians and performers who get terrible anxiety before going on stage, and they call it stage fright, don't they?
Yeah.
But touch wood, it's not something we've ever really had to deal with, is it? It's just, we can't wait to get out there. Usually because we know you're going to be in the audience and it's going to be a good night. Yeah. So not really nervousness as such.
Sometimes. Depends on the show. Sometimes, and it's not, again, it's crazy, it's not necessarily nerves, it's butterflies. And that's, I think it's the excitement. I get butterflies. And I use that energy in performance. You know, so it is, you've got to get, hyped before you get on stage. So you can use that getting out of the
Can you describe a turning point in your career that took you to the next level?
Holy Toledo, this is like, this is hardcore interview this day. I thought this would be a cruise.
Yeah, I know.
Like, oh Dave, Craig, what's your favourite colour? No. Turning point, where there are many moments throughout anyone's career, whether it's in show business or whether you work in a bank or whatever. But obviously there are key moments for Dave and I musically when we had the experience to go into professional recording studios the first time when we were in our late teens, early 20s, I guess. For me, getting a start on a TV show like Neighbours back in the 80s. Last century. But all along the way there are other significant, important moments that if you're open and willing to kind of learn with each experience. I mean, Dave and I have been playing, as you know, for a long time. But we still learn constantly as musicians, don't we? You never. So if you leave yourself open to experience, leave yourself open to learning, it's almost at this point, every gig, every job we do is a key moment. But you know, Neighbours and Dr. Lay and Grease and all those things were big deals and led to other things. But it's all about, I know Dave will agree with me, but it's all about just, even those jobs that you do where years down the track you think, oh, why did I make that movie? Thankfully, the one I'm thinking of went straight to video in another country and no one saw it. Don't worry, it wasn't one of those sorts of videos, just a video like that. But even the jobs or the gigs, people you've played with, and it hasn't been seemingly a great experience, you learn from it, don't you, Dave? And it's about the education. I think that's an important thing. And determining, and this is easier to do when you get a little bit older. You've got a long way to go because you're a youngster. But also making the decision that Dave and I love to play together. We love to perform together. We love each other as mates. And you get to a point in your career where really, of all the lessons, one big lesson at the end of it is surround yourself with good people and people you love to share the experience with. I reckon.
Quality over quantity.
Yes.
That's my view. Quality over quantity. For me, though, I think a big turning point for me was Lucky Star.
Yes.
Do you remember Lucky Star? I've been everywhere now.
Yeah.
Back when Craig moved to Melbourne to join Neighbours, that left me with nothing to do. And suddenly, Lucky Star's calling me, asking me if I'd like to tour with him. So suddenly now I'm touring with one of the rock and roll legends of Australia. She's a lot.
Well,
I learned
congratulations.
so much.
Education. What an education.
What an education that was. And, so, and then, look, again, as Craig said, numerous acts that I've done. I recorded with Delta Goodrum, I recorded with Melissa Talon. There's been a number of artists that I've recorded with. But I have to say that was a real pinnacle moment for me to get to tour with him. And that he taught me a lot.
Wonderful.
Do you know all that stuff? For those of you who've seen Six String Stories, you know all the stuff that I throw at Dave, or Dave, hence the t-shirt, friends, or Dave. But one of the reasons Dave is able to do what he does as a drummer and a percussionist is, I mean, I hope you don't mind me telling the story, but Dave rocks up his first Lucky Star thing thinking they're having a rehearsal, and they're all laughing at him going, what are you talking about? We're on in 10 minutes. So Dave had to, literally, but
No idea.
but what that did, and working with those musicians, Dave was always a brilliant and naturally gifted drummer anyway, but suddenly he had to be Johnny on the spot, think in the moment, in that very second. Lucky, who knows what Lucky's going to do next? And that's where Dave is able to, why Dave's able to do what he does here with a crazy bugger like me. Great.
I learned that skill from Lucky.
Yeah.
Not knowing what was coming next. That started from my very first gig. And that's, that was hilarious. Well, it was hilarious for the band. It wasn't so much for me. I'm like white knuckle, freaking out, sweating, going, I don't even know what songs you play. And Lucky got up on stage and he just turned and looked at me and he went, you ready? And I went, I don't know. And he went, all my love, all my kisses. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh dear.
Well, what question do you wish people would ask you?
Well, there are all sorts of questions. Well, often when people see photos of me from when I was a youngster, starting out in television, they, because I had a big long mop of curly hair, and they asked me if it was a perm. So for the record tonight with my mate here, no, it was not. Unless you could call it a GOP, a God, God's own perm. It was a God-given perm, friends.
What questions did I wish somebody had asked me?
Yeah.
Out to dinner?
I would say I wish somebody had asked me to go on the last Kiss tour as their drummer.
Oh!
Wow.
To have sat
Yeah.
in Peter Chris's shoes would have just been awesome. I would have just loved to have been asked that question.
I
Do
haven't
you want to
even
go on the last Kiss tour?
Oh, just keep talking to Dave for a minute.
Ah,
You know what?
Yeah?
I don't have it on my phone, I don't think.
right.
But I have a photograph of Dave,
Oh, I sent you that, didn't I?
Right.
Yeah.
and he's in full.
I was in full dress to kill get up with the suit, the whole Peter Kiss makeup.
Oh.
I don't have it anyway.
That would have been that's my ultimate question is to somebody to Paul Stanley or someone to have gone, do you want to come on the last Kiss tour and do a drama?
Yeah.
What's the best compliment you received after a show?
Oh, well. Your compliments are always hard to beat after a show. They're always pretty good, pretty enthusiastic. You're always up for it. Those shows where you're down the front and I see you there and I'm like, are you filming this?
Yes, absolutely.
One of the best compliments I got for a performance, there's going to be 10,000 people in the arena. 9,999 people are going to love you. One's going to hate you. It's just, there's no business like show business like no business I know. And you get lots of compliments, and you get some not so nice things said to you over the years. But one of the loveliest things was when Elizabeth II came up and said, Mr. McLachlan, I thoroughly enjoyed your opening number in concert this evening. I do hope I get to see you perform again. The Queen.
The Queen.
Yeah, that was pretty special.
I don't think you can top that.
Well, I can't. I mean, I had a Queen come up to me after a show on Oxford Street, but that was a different story.
Yeah. She was wearing a crown, wasn't she?
No, yeah, a lot of big, high 6-inch stilettos and a lot of lipstick and makeup, and spoke in a very deep voice.
Nice show.
But look, I have to say that I've had a lot of really heartwarming compliments after the show. After a lot of shows, people coming up saying, fantastic fun, just love it. Especially with Six-String Stories, because I'm pretending to be a drummer on a cajon and a snare drum.
Yeah, that's that's a good point Dave makes. One of the joys of Six-String Stories for us is that it is so stripped back. As you know, you've seen it. So what Dave has to do on a snare and a cajon, the big box, and I'm just using an acoustic guitar. I mean, I have a tuning pedal, but we deliberately set out to just strip it back and keep it real, as they say. Oh, are we getting close to showtime?
I think so.
We've got time. Okay.
How
Yeah.
long?
10 minutes. 10 minutes. But so to Dave's point, people are coming along. Perhaps they've been to see a concert, and there's a dozen laptops on stage, and all these sounds. With us, our fingers and our souls and our hearts.
There's no room to hide.
That you,
No.
yeah.
We make it so there's no room to hide. So, but I've had people come up, and I actually had a drummer come up after the end of the show, and he said, I watched you like a talk all night, and I can't work out where to kick from. Where was the kick from? I was watching your feet, and I said, I'm playing it with my hands.
Yeah.
And then I've had other people saying, well, why don't you use one of those electronic pads, the Jupiter 8? I said, because then it wouldn't be authentic.
Yeah.
The whole thing for us is about keeping it acoustic, because the show's called Six-String Stories.
Yeah.
You know, and it's acoustic. And that. So I didn't want to bring any electronics into it.
Do you like the fact that it's just the drum, the snare, and the box, and just the guitar?
Yeah. We love that.
What is the most embarrassing song you secretly like to sing along to? I knew that one would get you.
That's a good question. Do you mean one that I just like to sing along to, like, in the privacy of my own home,
Yeah.
when there's no audience around? Oh, I like to sing things like... I like the game that is so much fun, and it's not so very hard to do. The name of the game, Simple Simon Says, and I would like you to play it too. Put your hands in the air, Simple Simon Says. In fact, you know what, I might launch into that tonight. Anything can happen. There are so many. Yummy, 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 I got love in my tummy. And I probably can't sing that anymore.
No.
Anyway, but, there are so many. What about... No, I can't sing that either. That's even worse than yummy, yummy. Go on.
Hey,
Mona. Tinka, 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 tinka. There's one I don't sing in the privacy of my own home, but I have to sing it. I have to sing it on stage all the time.
That's it.
Yeah. People demand it, don't
Yes,
they?
yeah.
Yes.
What do you like to sing when you're home alone?
Oh.
Pick one.
See, now you know how we feel, boy. You asked me a second.
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Oh. You sing everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Something from
Yeah.
Something from ABBA?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
all love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you see, I'm going to be probably surprising somebody tonight. Something that I like to sing at home in my own privacy that may not be now private after tonight.
See, he's going to get me back to me. You know, I'm always throwing stuff at him that he doesn't know what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think he's going to get me back with something tonight. Yeah, I know. I'm freaking out just a little bit.
Okay, that's it.
Thank you so much, Craig and Dave.
Woohoo! Great to be here!
Thank you so much for having us on.
Yay.
And just by the way, you
Please log on to
Sayethsmusic.com.
sayethsmusic.com.
.com.
Yep.
And
And
there it is.
there it is.
Jump
There
on
it
there and you
is.
scan that,
Yep.
and then
Beautiful.
you'll find it.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
man.
Thank you.
Great to see you, eh?
Yeah.